Hello and greetings, my fellow Lundarkins, and welcome to the Rugged Sentinel update. This came out Thursday night. Apologies for not getting to this sooner, but we had a Twitch charity marathon I did the day after. I was on the live stream on Twitch covering this right when it came out. I did completely miss the Game Awards. But alright, we're gonna take one quick second because I gotta thank all my donors for the charity. Yeah, we were helping out Safe Hands Rescue. We're rescuing a lot of pups from high kill shelters down south. First I want to give it up to my buddy Shanahan. Gave me about 100-something bucks in bids to go to charity. Yeah, you guys, he's been watching every Long Dark video for quite a while. So thank you, buddy. Shout out to you. Alright, also Paul Berry, another longtime viewer. Great Twitch viewer as well. Thank you, appreciate that. My buddy Cougar as well. Alright, buddy. Alright, also my new mod. Been a mod for a little bit. 1 week on the job. Excited Griffin. Thank you so much for the bits and the help out as always. Also another donation from my buddy Leader Games. Be sure to check out Vast. That is one of his board. He actually does do board games, so check him out on Vast or the Google Ledger Games. Also another donation from my buddy Altair Monk. He has always been a great viewer. Good fan. The Crush. Also a girlfriend of my buddy Magnus. Thank you so much for the donation. Also Mazur. Thank you so much for your help. Spontastic. Also I do believe he does stream TLD. Be sure to check him out. My buddy Vegaman. Thank you as well. And also my buddy Pat Thadre and Swordfish. Who will be doing D with on Saturday nights on Twitch. Be sure to check that out. I also got May. Can't forget May. Thank you so much for the bits. And don't forget my buddy Jeltaz for the bits as well. If you haven't subscribed to Jeltaz on YouTube, get out of here. I'm kidding. Alright, also we got... I can't read my own handwriting. Sinir, thank you for the bits as well. Turbine, thank you for the bits. Rob's Workbench, thank you as well. Games Life 84, he also does TLD, so be sure to check him out. I can't actually read my own. Monster Pot, he also does TLD as well. Thank you for the bit. And I think also my missus, the lovely wife, and sis for your support as well during that marathon. I think I got everybody covered. Apologize. Hope maybe if you were just interested in the patch update, you skipped through that part. But alright, let's get to... We're going to cover everything in here. I spent the last 30 so hours or so digging through this update, going through it. First I gotta say, big thumbs up. Big thumbs up. I enjoyed this so much more than I thought I would. And you also see some clips from the marathon, and I have the marathon up on the Twitch VOD. Really fantastic. I had a great time. My only regret is I only did the marathon for 24 hours. Alright, first off, we're going to get into Wintermute. Because I wanted to go to new to show this off, because now they have 3 different difficulties. We'll go to episode 1. Just want to show this off. I gotta say, I am actually really disappointed in this one. I am. Let me tell you why. They got Capable, that's the original vanilla Wintermute as it was meant to be. They have a green one as well. I guess wolves don't attack you, etc. I don't know how you would have trouble with this one. I did play Hardened Survivor. I will show you a bit of that. Just to show you how disappointed I am. Quite a bit. If you've already played through the story and you're not interested in the achievements, I would say skip it. I will actually start a new Let's Play. We'll kind of go back to the drawing board on our Let's Play of Wintermute. We'll go back to episode 1. I'll do it in Hardened Survivor. But it's going to be a bit of a snooze fest. I cannot lie on that one. It is not very challenging at all. Maybe it needs some tweaking. I couldn't finish the first episode on the stream. I was just like, man, we got to go do something else. But alright, we'll get into Hardened Survivor in just a second here. Okay, gang, we're here with Grey Mother. Say, Grey Mother, nobody really cares about you. Can I just borrow this? Are you gonna notice? No. But alright. I have played through most of episode 1. And I gotta say, well, let's go out here and show you. Other than wolves are pretty much about insta-kill. I have survived. I did a bunch of wolf struggles just to test it out. On that bridge, I actually got caught a bunch of times. Now that doesn't actually necessarily mean difficulty. That was more annoying than anything, 'cause as long as you avoid the wolves, this update, this Hardened Survivor is exactly the same. Gets a little colder, get a little more tired stats, more like kind of like stalker stats, I would say. But let's just go into the loot-wise. I don't know if I've looted a lot of this. Probably not. We'll just go in here and see. I haven't done the rest of the bank vault job. I will start a new run for our YouTube Let's Play, though. Yeah, Flix Mittens. There are supplies just everywhere. They didn't change that up at all. Unfortunately. Yeah, they didn't change that up. Did I? No, I didn't. Oh, an actual locker that was empty. I didn't see anything in the patch notes. They did have patch notes on Thursday. If they changed the loot, I didn't see that in the patch notes. Papers. Oh, you're just doing that to spite me now. Let's search and see if we can... No. Newsprint. Oh, now this... Nah, because I did loot a little bit of this. Now the game is just trolling me. But take my word for it, there is a bunch of loot. Alright, now you're making me look bad, game.
Use this.
Just newsprint. But trust me, I did Grey Mother's quest for getting the food in about 3 seconds. That's how much food we had in here. Yeah, quite a bit. Temperature-wide difficulty... Once again, that was my big complaint about this, was the caches were not important. Now that questing and getting supplies and all that, there's so many supplies, what's the point? Now maybe I just had good RNG. I don't think so, because majority of the items and everything was exactly the same. Was exactly the same. I'm gonna go to the Coast Guard guy's house. Looking for more loot because I feel like the bank did that deliberately to troll me. And then we'll go find a wolf. Still getting decent loot, but you're not gonna run out anytime soon. And maybe I am being a little picky, but it plays exactly the same except for insta-kill wolves.
Excellent.
You can save at any point as well. We'll show that off. Yeah, you can also save. And there's also a, let's go into the options here. An autosave. So you can send that up to 5-10 minutes, every couple hours, you know, etc. And also still sleep whenever you sleep, pastime, etc. I don't believe it does it when you enter buildings now, though. For story mode. Could be a bug. Not particularly sure. I'm gonna go look for some more. I'm just gonna empty drawers because the game is trolling me.
Could end up being useful.
Socks. Yeah, they didn't really make it that hard to survive. My thing is kind of just staving off, because this is about the 3rd or 4th time I played through this. Staving off boredom. So not really, if you've already played through this, there is no incentive. I cannot lie on this. No incentive for you to go back and for you to do this again. Just none. And also be aware, because we're covering this anyway, Faithful Cartographer achievement still broken as well. So don't work on that right at the moment. We're going to hop back into the main menu, and we're going to talk about some of the other changes as well. Alright gang, we're back in the main menu. We're going to talk about the changes also in survival mode. Then we're talking about episode 3 of the Old Bear. But sadly, yeah, no new challenges, etc. It's the same. Yeah, the Hunted, no part 3. So that is all the same. But let's go. Too bad though, the big thing we'll talk about is the new customization to your run, which is amazing. We're going to have great fun with it. why I started a new volume, Volume 5 Wintermute. It was getting a bit bulky anyway, I gotta admit, getting a bit bulky. But let's get back to survival mode. Also, another big thing that I love, because I do a lot of content, different series, etc. But I only have five. I only had 5 save files. You have no idea how difficult that is. Even if you have multiple different copies of The Long Dark, still a pain. But that's still a great game, a lot of fun. But now we have 25 save game files, which is just awesome. I love it. I started many new games, just fooling around. But let's go to a new one. Yeah, you'll see it's actually just under the custom. It's for players looking for a unique experience separate from standard survival mode. Just variables including wildlife spawns, resource availability, weather. And you actually have a special shareable code, which we'll go through here. And it'll actually show you Pilgrim, how that goes out. So you can actually look at all kinds of the settings, and we're going to talk through every setting, and then we'll get to the moose, which I know that I'm saving the best for last. I've hunted quite a few moose over the last 30 hours. Good time. I enjoyed it. They're a little too easy, but you take what you can get. They're not easy to find. I spent like 13 hours before I finally found it. I figured out the pattern, but they're not easy to find. We'll probably do a separate video sometime. We'll give you all the locations, though they are elusive sometimes. I think they might need a little bit of tweaking for that, because even if you set only to moose and very high, still not easy. All right, we'll go look through Pilgrim. This is coming to Xbox next week, sometime in the week of the 10th. Through that week, we'll go through that. Yeah, you can do a very much custom one. So we're going to be doing a custom interloper run in your next Long Dark interloper. I want to almost say it's custom interloper because I just can't, or interloper plus. I don't know, we'll figure out a good name for that. Oh. It is still a little weird with the controller though as well. I'll switch to mouse because it's just a little weird. Yeah, there's some problem with the controllers in this menu. I also got a quick question. Why do you use a controller? Well, my friends, that's to see, because I just did a marathon for about 24 hours. And I also did about 5 hours the night before after working. So, I like to try to keep the, carpal tunnel thing on the wrist. So I don't, these are my money makers, you know. Gotta try to take it easy when I can. It does affect my aim isn't as good as it should be with the controller, but I think it's still good enough. And we've got Stalker. And then Interloper, you'll see all that as well. There real quick. And I'm going to go through all the settings now. We're going to talk about each of these. So hope you got your notes. Baseline resource availability. So this is how much of a spawnable items you have. Shelters and gear items. So if you really want to have a lot of supplies, very high, pretty easy to figure out. Low. Also, starting time of day. So you can actually fix out what time you start at. I would actually leave it more random. I think I'm going to actually leave it more random. We're going to kind of deciding how we want to do this. And you guys can play along at home with your interloper as well, because there was a shareable code you can use. I do feel like it should be like a night spawn though, but we're going to keep it up for random. I'm going to have some... Nah, make it midnight. Make it midnight. I like that. I like it rough. And random. So you next start with the weather is. I would actually go with Blizzard. I know, that's a tough one to believe. Players spawn indoors, of course. If you want to have a difficulty, but you want to have it a little easier, maybe. This is all going to be how to tune how you want to do it. This is the likelihood of spawning indoors at the game start. It's not going to mean you're going to be. But you can. We're going to do that to know. And this is a big thing for me I debated about on this. Survival monologue. You can turn that on or off. Though, that just gives you feedback like, I'm dying of starvation. But I kind of felt that, like, if I can't talk, have a conversation with them, I think that the run loses a little bit of its charm. I mean, me and the character kind of have a certain relationship going on. So I kind of think, yeah, it's got to be on there. It's annoying sometimes, but I think it's part of the fun. Alright, we're going to do the game starting, and next we're going to get to the environment. Now this one's a tricky one. we're going to keep it at base vanilla. We're going to do it at base vanilla because that makes for good episodes. And plus, about if you go up to 4 times X, it's almost like real life. Yeah, 1 game day equals 2 real hours. But yeah, it just goes increasingly. Once you get to 4, I could actually go through all of Forlorn Muskeg, not even in a day. I mean, like quite a bit of running around. I think I almost looped it twice. It is a long day. And then we'll get into weather variability. How often the weather will change. More variation become harder to adapt to. I want very high variation. I want very high. I want that weather to be constantly just getting me. Blizzard frequency, very high. You can turn no blizzards if you'd want. Yeah, I want very high blizzards. World gets colder over time. Affects how cold the world becomes over time. I would say high. Wind variability. And shelters and, well... High. I'm actually going to be a little easier on myself this time, because I think we'll do medium. Because I'm not a big fan of, like, the wind deciding to change speed. Medium, I think medium is fair. If we don't like it, the beauty of this was, on the next run, because I'm getting your guys' feedback as well, in this update video, I'll be kind of already starting the run, but let me know what you feel it should be. And likewise, if you want to share your codes with everybody on YouTube, put that in the comments as well. But wind variability, I'll keep it at medium. Auroras, I want my auroras high though. I like a good aurora. And then fire overcomes ambient air temperature. So fire automatically sets the air to just above freezing no matter how much fuel you add or how cold it is outside. Wind chill is still in effect. I don't know if we should give you that kind of... I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Sorry, Mark. Calorie burn rate. So quickly begin to starve. I've never been a big fan of, like... Some people are like, well, that's the difficulty of survival games. Having to refill your meter every 5 seconds is always just so stupid to me. I'm not a big fan of that. So I'll probably set these to medium. But we'll probably put the freezing up pretty high, though. I think body, you know, that's kind of stuff. Setting it to very high doesn't make for great gameplay. That's just my philosophy. I want to hear your thoughts as well. We are a democracy here, I think. Fatigue rate, medium. That's how quickly you become exhausted. Let's put that at just medium. I think I just had a Twitch fault. That's alright. Freezing rate, very high. Let's go very high. At rest recovery rate, I think medium's okay. Medium. I feel like that's alright. I think I'm gonna be setting all the other ones up enough that I think this will work. But once again, we're gonna tweak with this. We're gonna change it. I may not apologize. I might not get it right the first time. I've spent the last during the marathon, I spent a lot of time tweaking with it. I think I got an idea what's gonna work. But if they do some patches and stuff and change things, who knows? But we're gonna try it. Hypothermia recovery time. Well, very high. Hospital, I'm gonna set that to high. Let's say high. Very high, because I've actually, when I set it very high when I was testing it, I got frostbite before I could even get to shelter. I mean, I wasn't very far away. I would normally, so I'm like, I kind of like to keep that at high. If we need to tweak it, well, so be able to tweak it. It's fine. I can always make it harder. Don't want to make it impossible though. We just want to have a good experience. Really tough on us, but you get that sense of accomplishment. Cabin fever. Now this one might be debatable, but I'm gonna go with about what everyone else is gonna say. Hell no. I'm glad I've never liked that mechanic. You've probably heard me talk about it before, but cabin fever, horrible mechanic, not implemented right. And you can actually get around it for the most part. Even if you do get cabin fever, you can still do the stuff inside as long as you're not waiting or resting. So it seemed kind of silly. Maybe they'll go back and revisit that one sometime. Intestinal parasites. Yes, please. I actually had intestinal parasites the other day on the Twitch run. It was a doomed run anyway. It was cursed. I got frostbite twice from a bear attack. I had food poisoning like 5 times. And I got intestinal parasites off a 1% roll. It was just horrible. we went about 100 something days. But this run was out to kill me. It was just all the worst. And dysentery. A lot of people actually didn't know what dysentery was in this game. Yeah, you can get dysentery from drinking non-potable water. I say yes. It's pretty much just kind of like food poisoning. Or the same. But nobody gets it. You have to go out of your way to drink non-potable water. Sprains, yes. I would almost not like to not. But it's not like they're really inconvenience. It's just sometimes it really, realistically, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense when I'm just walking down the road and all of a sudden I sprain my ankle and my wrist. On a flat ground. I don't know. Food poisoning, yes. Broken ribs, yes, please. I've actually did get broken ribs twice. Twice I got broken ribs just to see what it's got a long recovery time. We'll talk about that when we go to the moose. I might throw in my clips. Actually, we already got it up on YouTube. I'll just talk. We'll go hunt a moose down during this video as well. Also, rest as a resource. You can actually make this. We might do a separate thing. I don't know. Let me guys know if you want this. Where you can't actually heal at all. I was kind of thinking like making this really Dark Souls. Like you can only lose condition or maintain it, but you can't. You know, that'd be kind of cool. Rest as a resource. I'm gonna keep it like that. I mean, we could always argue that I'm just. We could always say we're just thinking around. He's doing something around the house, you know, etc. Kind of roleplay wise. But I think rest of your resource, I'll keep that fine. Fire prevents freezing. No, we'll keep that up. Wake up player wind freezing. I'm actually gonna switch that one to yes. We're gonna switch that one to yes, just because that's sometimes. Every time I would do that, it would be by accident. That just prevents my own stupidity by accidentally clicking. Often, how do we end up dying on our last run? Because I accidentally clicked something before realizing. So that's just a little thing to prevent that. IMDK rate very high. I might actually set that to around medium. We'll tweak with it. Very high. See, we don't really know how different this is going to be. Well, medium, we'll see how it goes. This item availability, we're going to say low. We don't want a ton of gear. Empty container chance. Likewise, I'm probably going to go with medium. Let's say medium. Give us a little more range roll. Now this might lead to a higher run, because we're actually see a big change probably in the YouTube and everybody Twitch community. I'm very interested to see what everyone else is going to come up with custom runs. See what works best. I know there's somebody going to be like, crank everything to high. And I mean, that's going to be short runs. I'm trying to find a good balance. Making it tough, but enjoyable. So we'll have to see. Branch and stone. I would say high. I mean, sticks. So we're in a forest, pretty much. I'll say high. Gear allocation low. I can pretty much set it from like an interloper or to pilgrim, where you start with about everything. No, I want it low. Rifle ability. This is where I'm gonna blow your mind, because I've always wanted a rifle in interloper. I've always wanted a rifle in interloper. It's tough to say if it's... Is that still interloper if you get the rifle? I think it can be. Well, I mean, there's not going to be the amount of bullets that you get in Stalker, a Voyager, Pilgrim, etc., whatever you want. Bullets still going to be pretty hard to come by. I say, yeah. Harvester plant availability. We're in the forest once again. Container item density. I'm going to set you. I'm going to say let's get that to low. I don't want to ruin the balance. I'd rather have tougher chance than easy, you know. I don't want easy mode. So let's go with that. And I'm just showing you what we're going to be doing on the interloper run, then we'll get back to the notes. So if you're not really interested in and you just want the patch update, please feel free to skip ahead a little bit. First spawn chance. I would say high. Very high on the wolves. Their span, I'll say high. Rabbit spawn, high. Very high. Moose, I'm going to set to very high because, man, they are tough to get. We'll show you how to track one as well in this video. But it is a kind of a PETA. Well, within a valid spawn area. I'm going to go with the default medium with that. We'll see. Reduce high. This reduces the population over a while. Because then eventually you'll run less resources. That's the interloper setting. We'll keep that on high. We'll spawn distance. Medium. I'm actually going to set that over far because sometimes I feel like that is just like when you exit interior, all of a sudden they spawn a wolf right next to you. I feel that's kind of cheap. And apologies because, yeah, there we go. I've been talking so long my controller went out. No, we don't need that. Well, I smell range. I would actually say medium. Because I don't think this is we're gonna test this. Because I don't think I think it's based off. I even have like one piece of meat. They seem to just be coming at us. I've seen that very often. Like they will go my way, like about half a mile away. If I have a piece of meat, one piece of meat on me, they're on it. So we'll test that. We can always very much up this if it is not working. Passive wildlife, no. That just means an ascent increase meat and blood. Of course, put that on medium. We're getting a blizzard right now. Passive wildlife, no. Wildlife is going to attack us. We want it to. Wildlife attacks during rest. Yes. Wolf fair. Fleeing when detecting you rather than hunting you. Maybe there's a chance to get spooked. I'll give us a little bit, but yeah. Wildlife detection range. We'll go with medium. I wish someone switched. They had a couple more customization options, like also if we could choose which items we want in the game, more specifically, so we could really tailor the experience, or change the settings on the wildlife itself, because sometimes I think the deer are a little too jumpy. They're a little bit like half a mile away. They're like, oh my god, somebody's here, run. But struggling fighting back bonus. I would say none. You receive. I would say we're gonna go with medium. Also medium. I will get that one at high though. This is just a test. I really don't want to kind of have it like Wolf Struggles in Wintermute, because that wasn't really challenging. That was just annoying because you pretty much could not do anything in the Hardened Survivor one. Okay, but that is everything. Let's share my custom interloper code, and Dang you, Twitch again. Alright, so leave that up down there. You can pause the video, write it down. Unfortunately, they didn't make a copy and paste for this. I'll put that in the... When I start the Interloper series on today's video, I'll put that in the description. So you yourself at home can do it if you want. Alright, next thing we're going to hop out. We're going to help you out and show you the moose hide cloak and the satchel. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we are here with the moose hide cloak. Because one hide for the moose hide cloak, we'll go into the crafting menu and show that off as well. Cloak crafted from moose hide, heavy but offers significant protection from unfriendly wildlife, and is highly waterproof. A rare trophy. Weighs in about 4 kilograms, but I do believe it is... Did I pick that back up? Okay. When you put it on, it actually weighs less. Some of the clothes weigh less now, I believe, in the crafted. Do not cure that. Or harvest that. Go back into our clothes. Yeah, it's 3.5 degrees at 100%, and then 4% wind protection. Wetness protection, 90%. The big thing is protection, 25%. Takes about 10% off your sprint bar. Okay. So actually wearing it takes a kilogram off. So that will confuse you a little bit. All the crafted clothes weigh less when you put it on. Actually, let's see, make sure. Yeah, all clothes actually do. That's a little bit confusing. If you think about it. Yeah, when you wait, if you just go into your inventory and look at the weight, yeah, all clothes weigh a little less, which is nice because I think clothes with the double layers is getting a little restrictive on what you could carry. Right, let's also show you up. Where is it? Right here. And of course, you need the hunting knife or hatchet. That is the wrong one. There you go. Hunting knife or hatchet. Takes about 16 hours, not too long. I would actually highly recommend that probably over the wolf skin. And the wolf skin, you do get a little slight chance to scare them. But I would rather go for a moose. Problem is, if you want to get 2 of these, it takes a while. Because, man, it is sometimes a pain. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you won't find them at all. Like, I don't know just if it's buggy or that's the way intended. We'll see. It's a little too early to tell. But also the big thing, moose hide satchel. And actually, I do believe you can, if you do have 2 accessory slots, you can craft 2 of these. And that'll give you an extra 5 kilograms in carrying weight. And it still cuts the whole entire moose hide. And we'll show that off as well, because I've got another run where I just did a moose hide. Yeah, but you just need sewing kit, fishing tackle. Takes about 10 hours. It doesn't give you any kind of wind protection, etc. But you can get a little bit extra gear. Alright, so we'll show up and show you the moose hide satchel. Okay, gang, we're back with the moose hide satchel. Moose hide satchel. I said side. Well, you could carry it on your side. I think that would definitely work. So you can actually see we've got a plus 5 kilograms as well. We'll drop that just to show that off. It actually does look rather well designed. Nice textures, and I just totally goofed that. That's the moose hide satchel. I'm gonna actually get a picture of that. Yeah, very nice. I would definitely, after you get yourself pedal out of the long run, you get lucky with the moose. And actually, the moose hunting, surprisingly easy, pretty much. It's, once you get the system down, they're actually pretty easy kills. Quite a bit, right between the eyes, bam. I killed one with the level 1 rifle skill, 1 shot. I do believe a couple times I did that, yeah, 1 shot so far. So, that bow and arrow also easy, just, yeah, it's, because before you actually get up into them, I'll show that off, they do their little stance, and if you back up, they won't. But you got good enough range, you can get close enough. They'll do the little stomp, put their head down. It's a kill shot. And if they come at you, you can easily avoid it. They're not the quickest things in the world, unlike the bear. Right, guys, that is the moose hide satchel. I'm actually going to show you next a live moose. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Yeah, we're back in Milton, the Mountain Town map. I'll probably do a separate video for this, even though we've probably done a lot of this in story mode. But I'll go through the map, show you everything there is to see in another video. I just want to bring you where there's a good spot, usually to have moose. Usually. He's usually right in this glade. Apologies, I don't really have time to go find him again. I just appeared caught random. I know for pretty much most of the fact I haven't seen any Desolation Point, Trapper's Homestead, and kind of by the dam there's been some markings, those tree rubbings. I didn't see any time this time, so I'm not sure where he is. I did a custom game with moose very high, but even if you go into the custom game and you do moose very high, it is still very hard. Mostly go with the tree rubbings, but sometimes even then I haven't found it. So I do apologize, no moose, but we have moose in the other clips on YouTube if you want to get a first-hand shot at that. And also be looking to our new custom interloper series. Well, we're going to be showing you that. To summarize, 25 new, you got 25 save game slots now. You can save in story mode whenever you want. That's really nice. Sadly, the hardened experience in story mode, really kind of lacking. Not really enjoyable. I could not recommend it. But the moose is great. The moose is great. Milton Town, Mountain Town map, also very nice. I highly recommend that. And also doing custom difficulty. That is the best thing of the update, I gotta say. Along with numerous bug fixes. And they've also enhanced a lot of the lighting, and in Milton as well. So they actually do. They do reset all your key bindings when you do the update, and you have to go in your graphical settings as well. Everything brought to the meet, and another bloody Twitch fall right there. I was interrupting the video. Guys, we'll leave off here. Hope you guys enjoyed this update video. Looking forward to doing more Long Dark videos and our custom interloper series. So hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button. It does help out a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.